Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Go check out my website at skysworld.com for life coaching and mentoring. It's bright and early daily discipline, mind, body, and soul. This is how we get through every single day. It's Wednesday, hump day, middle of the week. Hope you guys are putting up a good fight. Hope you guys are being productive, staying on top of your programs. Anybody out there have any questions or personal issues that you want to go over? If you need any kind of help, send me an email. I always put my contact info on the videos. Let's talk about manhood. What does real manhood look like? In order to discuss that, we have to talk first about what false manhood looks like. There's a lot of people out there that go down that path, the path of false manhood. It's a simulation. I went down that path, explored it. A lot of people do. You get tricked or you get lost. Maybe you were never taught how to be a man. You have to be taught. You have to think about it. It doesn't just happen. You don't just evolve into a man. In fact, if you don't think about it, if you don't plot your course, if you don't have manhood as a goal, you don't get there. And I've seen this with my generation. There's lots of people that are my generation that ended up overgrown children. Same with my parents' generation. My father was kind of like that. My father was an overgrown child. He was a teenager in his mind. He never really grew up. So you have to decide almost on a daily basis to course correct, to put yourself in a direction and to continually adjust your rudder like you're sailing. If you've ever been sailing, you have to continually put the nose of that boat on the right course because it'll always stray. So what does false manhood look like? Let's talk about three different ways. We could talk about that for an hour, but let's just talk about three different areas that people explore that are really just false manhood. It's just a simulation of what real manhood is. It's not real manhood. It's what you think it is. So athleticism, I'm not talking about just being fit. There's a lot of people that want to be super jacked bodybuilders. And just because you're ripped, just because you're taking steroids or testosterone, doesn't mean you're a man. There's lots of really big dudes, monsters, that are have childlike mentalities. They're children inside. Just because your body is large doesn't mean that you're evolving into a mature adult. When I was 21, I wanted to get bigger. I just got off the streets. I was homeless, and I just got off the streets, went and lived with my brother. He had a little house out in Maryland. And I moved from California back east, drove across country, landed at his house, and he looked at me and was just like, "What the fuck happened to you? You look terrible." So he put me on the workout plan. Within no time at all, I got huge. We were taking all kinds of supplements, not steroids or anything, but we were taking supplements like you wouldn't believe. And this was back in the old days. GNC, the FCC, I believe it is, or whatever it is, the FDA, I think it is, FDA, Food and Drug Administration. They regulated the supplement industry. It used to be unregulated, where the stuff at GNC was damn near steroids. Remember Hot Stuff? Oh, Hot Stuff was the shit. That was practically an anabolic steroid. And I got big. But that wasn't manhood. Just because I got big didn't mean I was a man. I thought I was. I stomped around and pushed people around and act like a bully. It wasn't manhood. Just because you got muscles doesn't mean you're a man. What's another aspect of false manhood, of a simulation of manhood? How do boys simulate being men? Well, athleticism is one, but Sexual attention is another. How much sex you're having, how much pussy you get, how promiscuous you are. Even if you're not really banging a lot of chicks out, how many women want you? If every girl wants you, even if you're not fucking them, you may feel like that you have a higher status. And a lot of boys think that being a man is about status. So maybe that's why they want big muscles, is because it puts them at a higher status than the skinny guys or the fat guys. They think that they're better. Same with the guy who gets a lot of attention from women. He gets a lot of sexual attention, has a lot of sexual options. He can bang a lot of different chicks. He feels like more of a man than somebody who doesn't have that option. And I followed this recipe pretty much exactly, thinking that these things were manhood. It's not. It's a simulation. You're pretending to be a man. And the last one on the false manhood, we'll go to what it means to be a real man, is money, your bank account. A lot of guys are trying to get rich in order to raise their status because they feel like status is manhood. They want to be the boss because they think that the boss is a real man. They idolize, like worship, like a false idol. They worship money and wealth. And it works sometimes. It's not real manhood. Just because you're rich doesn't mean you're a real man. The janitor may be more of a man than you. Mr. Billionaire, Elon Musk supposedly follows this channel. The janitor up at Tesla might be more of a man than you. Just because you're rich doesn't mean shit. But what does real manhood look like? Real manhood is an aspect of warriorship. You're a spiritual warrior. It's a mentality. And it's marked by work, by labor. They talk about that in the Bible. Labor. A man labors. What is manhood? A worker, someone who works. You work hard. Men work. I know bodybuilders who are rich and all the chicks want to fuck them, that are at the gym 4 hours a day. They don't even work. Men work. Men's hands have calluses and are ugly. If you got ugly hands, ugly, dirty hands, you're a man. I've seen motherfuckers, these rich boys getting manicures. It's disgusting. I want to see cracked, dirty, overgrown fingernails, scars. That's what man hands look like. Because that's what work looks like. Men work. What's real manhood? Wisdom. Real men are wise. The wise man. That's a term, wise man. I don't even think there is a term, wise woman. Is that a term? You can say it if you're a feminist, but wise man is an age-old term. Wisdom is an activity of men. There's a reason why all colleges used to, I'm not going to get into my misogyny, but all colleges used to be for men. All professors were men. There were no women teachers at a point. I mean, we've evolved. I'm not saying having women teachers or women in college is a bad thing. My mom's highly educated, and I think that's a good thing. But men are wise beyond just school. They have worldly knowledge. Knowledge from experience, from being there and doing that. We have wisdom from tradition because men tell stories to other men. And we eat that up and we learn from that. So we have the stories of our forefathers. We remember that. We pass on our traditions to our sons. We're the historians of our families. And the final aspect of manhood is about leadership. And I mentioned family. That's a way that every single man can be a leader, is to have a family. You're the leader of your family. That's what men do. Men lead. But even if you don't have a family, it's okay. I don't have kids and I'm not married. But I still have leadership qualities. I'm still a leader. I still lead others in various ways. There's all kinds of ways that you can explore leadership and to cultivate your manhood. So those three things, work, wisdom, and leadership, that's how you be a real man. Athleticism, sexual attention, and your bank account, that's simulated manhood. I wouldn't spend another day studying it. Thanks for watching.